some things related to Illuvium Zero, some things related to the arena, especially with big changes coming to the arena at the end of this month, and probably Private Beta 4 very, very soon. We don't know exactly when, and TSG is not going to reveal it, but it is imminent, as you guys have probably heard. So how's it going today, man?
Yeah, good. Excited, busy, all of the above. Excited to see what you've prepped for today. I think there's a couple of things to talk about.
You guys are probably...
Yeah, sorry. The video just started going live. Yeah. Excited to see what we cover today. I'll try and find that nice balance of what I can say and what I can't. With Nick, man, we need to get Nick on here instead of me, man. He's leaking more than I am these days.
Yeah, he's League Central. I usually go through like all of the major players in Illuvium and I look at all their messages throughout the week and things like that. And this time it was really empty. There are some weeks where Aaron has sent like 100, 200 messages. I don't read every single one, but I do catch a lot of them. And even in that same week, Nick will send like 100, 200 messages. This week, even though there was a lot of really high substance messages, it was a little bit on the lighter side in terms of quantity, which I thought was quite interesting. And it feels very calm before the storm for me. Can you speak to that?
No, it is. I mean, publicly, it's calm before the storm. Privately, like internally, we are working on a lot. Like there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of things, making sure everything is up and running to where it needs to be. Testing. There's a lot of things happening internally that obviously the public just doesn't see. So yeah, publicly, it looks very calm before the storm. Internally, too many moving parts to even count.
Well, I love to hear that. Let us jump straight into it. The first one we've got today is actually from Johnny regarding Illuvium Zero. And he says that if you travel to get a bunch of stuff, then you will need to craft or empower to make useful. So at very rough and very high level, it is self-balancing, which I believe he's talking about the fuels themselves. And we, during an initial balancing period, tweak costs to reflect what's actually happening. So they are going to tweak costs early on. I know a lot of people have concerns regarding this sort of thing. And then once it's settled and we don't want to change costs, we tweak activities, which is an interesting way to think about it. But basically, like if no one is crafting, let's say, shards, then they make something cooler that would use Solon or whatever that someone wants to craft. And so they add in utility, essentially. I don't know how well that'll work. You can't really force this sort of stuff. But I would rather just kind of like, I don't know. It's hard to say. But I think tweaking activities is a good way to think about it outside of tweaking costs. And yeah, tweaking costs will be obvious on launch, and then the full modeling details, which are not something that will probably be shared. But what do you think of this?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? It makes sense that we'll see. Personally, based on the last time that I checked, travel costs make a lot of sense to me. The other stuff, again, it's hard to really knock down until we start playing the game, going down, and actually seeing how it works in real time. So it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out, how we adjust to that, but we're definitely going to be working quickly to get those things sorted. And yeah, there are many levers that we can pull, shifting the cost, like what Johnny said about implementing different things. There's many different levers that we can pull. So I'm sure we're going to get to a situation that the majority of people are happy with, which is the main thing here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be really interesting this first week or two where they got to really tweak costs, because it's going to be chaos at the very least. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there, and hopefully the DAO doesn't do a whole lot every single day, but you know that there are definitely periods where the DAO is extremely busy in terms of sorting through proposals and getting everything done. And I think that that's going to be one of those times where the DAO really comes in handy. So I'm looking forward to that. So the next one we've got here is the beta runs on a totally different front and back end. So yes, there will be a reset. Okay. I think you guys already knew that. There will be a reset for PB4. And as far as he's aware, all products will be open for general public in testnet. And maybe marketing might change that. I don't know if you're a part of marketing. I don't know if you plan on changing that, but there's a slight chance they will.
Things should be open. Yeah, there's no... As far as I'm aware right now, the intention is to have everything up and running.
So this next thing is something I didn't actually think of at the time that all these discussions were happening. And that is that The Iton Proton Vest 1 is a wearable thing which has utility in Arena and Overworld. If you use the skinned version, you will get the same item with a cosmetic override in Arena and Overworld. So that gives extra purpose and extra utility to the cosmetics, which are very much going to be used in the arena. Your drone obviously is going to be visually different. Your suit is going to be visually different. Your battle board is going to be different. And it's just really exciting to know that a lot of this stuff is available to us on launch. I know a lot of games, especially Web3 games lately, have been launching while missing half of these features. And I'm really appreciative that these things are being built first and then the game is all going to come all at once. And that's really exciting to me.
Yeah.
Do you know if the battle board skins and stuff are ready for launch?
If I'm not mistaken, a couple of them are. Like there will be some that are, and obviously there will be some that keep getting worked on. There is a lot of skins, but yes, we should be starting with some available.
I'd love to hear
it. In terms of the launch time, I wouldn't worry. Yeah, I'll just say I wouldn't worry.
I think we've all been concerned at one point or another about Illuvium delaying, and it's one of those things that happens. And I forgot to go and grab the YouTube video of this, but in Kieran's recent AMA, he did say towards the end that he apologizes for setting some really weird expectations, especially early on in the project, and that he almost pushed the team too hard, hoping that he could get it out in a time frame that he really wanted. And I really appreciate him coming forward and discussing that, because I think many of us that have been here for long enough know that everyone has made mistakes at some point, even in the team and the studio. But I'm just glad they're being transparent about it. That's all that matters to me. So yeah, love to see that.
Sure. And I mean, look, yes, we delayed, absolutely, but I think we're in a much better position to launch nowish. I say now, like soon, imminently, promptly, whatever word you want to use. In terms of the quality of the product, the direction of everything, plus the market, like the market sentiment, it feels like, yes, it was annoying that we had to go through all of that, but it feels like we were part of a much longer journey, and we're in a much better position now. So it's kind of, I actually look back at all the delays and grateful for everything. I mean, look, even for yourself, right, Scary? Like, I mean, think about it from your point of view as a content creator. In the time that we've had to deal with the delays, did you level up your content? Did you level up your thumbnails, your title, like just the way you package content, everything about it? You've had time to grow with it. So now the game is is going to be at a point where it's much better. Everything kind of worked out for itself, right? I think that's the main thing. So we need to look at it. Yes, not with man, they did it perfectly. Not like that at all. But at least look at it with gratitude of, okay, this is where we are now. We're in a much better position, whether it's personally, as a studio, as a community, as a market. A lot of things are in a much better place now than it was back then. And I think we need to be appreciative of that and actually value that for what it is.
I definitely think launching with alluvial hunting as opposed to not having alluvial hunting is a big win. It's a shame that we haven't launched earlier, but at the same time, I'm glad we're going to have some of those core aspects that are going to make a game at least twice as fun as it would have been, and I think that's a net win for sure. When Slef, soon or imminent or soon.
Probably
I know
whatever
Mal
you
doesn't
want to
love
use.
that.
Yeah, whatever you want to use.
Even SJud doubts there'd be another delay. If that's not guaranteeing the game, I don't know what is. Okay.
I don't know how to take that.
All right. So the next one is the intent was to not stop what land can do at fuel and blueprints. That's just the line we are drawing for first release. I would expect over time, Zero would contribute many things to many games. I think that's really exciting for me. Is the promise has always been alluvials are going to be used everywhere. But I think land does need quite a bit of utility in this space for Illuvium. And I like the idea of it getting something. It doesn't necessarily have to get extra fuel generation or anything like that. But just getting something else that makes it more integrated with the rest of the ecosystem. I think that's cool.
Yeah. Also, control. I don't know what you mean by now. I don't know if you're aware that Q2 is the release date. I mean, now 3 months from now, I'm not saying it's going to be in 3, but I just mean in the next 3 months, within the next 3 months, what difference does that really make?
What
Like
if the
market?
bull run ends in 2 months, TSG?
Look, I'm not here to make price predictions or market predictions, but I mean, just do your own research with that. I'm not worried about it. I'll say that.
Okay, so this one here is a bit of a one we haven't really talked about before. In the Chinese community, Kieran is confirming that there is an official Chinese community that's just joined Illuvium, and there's a company called VIP, and they can build large-scale communities and help many other games in the space. And they've invested a large amount in Illuvium. So I just like that Kieran's gone in and welcomed them to the family, and they're using the chat a little bit and stuff like that. It's great to see Illuvium get other communities. TSG's people.
Jeez, yeah. I mean, I won't even lie. Even before this, I've been in multiple WeChat groups with 500,000 people, like Illuvium specific WeChat groups. So yeah, there's a huge Chinese community here already, which is why one of the things I really want to champion is getting the UI translated into Chinese, Korean, and Japanese relatively quickly after open beta. As I know, those regions and those markets absolutely require UI in their native language to really experience. It's one of the feedback I get almost every day. I get messages, when is it going to be in Chinese? When is it going to be in Chinese? And it's like, I mean, I understand the importance of it. Yeah, exactly. I do actually agree with that shot there. The auto chess or auto battler market in China is absurd. One of the biggest in the world for that genre. One of the biggest in the world, if not the biggest.
Yeah, it's good to keep in mind some of those things. I don't think Web3 really caters to some of those audiences particularly well, unless they're going to mobile and they prioritize it in some sense. But especially the PC ones. Okay, so this one was super fun. I don't know if you caught. Whoops. Oh crap! I just closed it. All right, hold on.
It's that fun.
I'm gonna have to find it now. Stall. Click on Lex by accident.
I mean, we can just go to the next one, right? And then.
No, this one was really good.
Yeah, I mean, we can always. All right, cool. I mean, we can just wait. It's fine. There's no need to stall. I mean, in chat, let us know then. Like, let's play the stalling game. Let us know in Q2. Okay, well, there you go. You guys missed the chance.
No, I still want to hear your thing.
Okay, I was gonna say in chat, let us know in Q2. We have April, May, or June. Let us know what month you think open beta is coming in, and if it's outside of Q2, let us know as well. I'm giving you the heads up. It won't be, but let us know. April, May, or June. Yeah, April, May, or June. Yeah.
Yeah, I made that poll already. I think most said June.
Right. Interesting. Well, I mean, let's do a real life poll.
May and Q3 were very similar.
Right. May. All right, cool. I mean, we can. Everyone's saying May, December. Someone's doesn't know what Q2 means.
Okay, so Aaron set this challenge throughout the week. I don't know if you saw this, Taron.
I did. But
he said with the 8-player mode that is being designed, I wonder if you could all tell me the things you would like to see. Keep in mind this has already been fleshed out, but we haven't started development. So if there are some good ideas, we can implement them. The plan is to use a shared pool with a shop like Underlords, bring in full team, and there's no chance for RNG and pivoting. However, we have an ownership-based game. Challenge is how you take things in and still give people the ability to pivot. Yeah, so he says that there are a lot of challenges, especially due to the ownership side of you playing a TFT game mode. And there was some really good feedback. I'm not going to go through it all today. I would love to, but that's maybe another video or something. But there were some really great suggestions in here, so I suggest reading through them. Viper is a great suggestion here. Positivity. A standard pool should be created for every player without needing alluvials. This is kind of where I'm sitting. I'm sitting on not going too hard on the ownership and letting people just play one of our games just really for free, no questions asked. Let them enjoy the IP and fall in love with Illuvium and just grow the brand with this particular game mode. And then you don't have like many tournaments and stuff for it as well. But I also had an idea of adding, having your alluvials in your deck, and then those just influence the shop. So if you have an Atlas in your team, or you have 5 Illus you bring or whatever, if one of them's an Atlas appears in the shop 5% more frequently or something like that. So not crazy pay to win, but still influential. I don't know. Those are kind of where my head's at, but there's some really great stuff in here.
There's various ideas, yeah. Look, I'm not going to pretend like I read all of them, but I've been in some of the internal meetings. Yeah, there's various ideas. So it'll be cool to see the direction that it does go in. I'm pretty sure they're already working on it. So yeah, I'm keen to start playtesting that when that does come out. We've been playtesting the new arena, which has been fun, but not yet. I haven't yet touched the eight player version.
Yeah, they said that the 8-player one hasn't started development, but there's this one here where Aaron says there were some great suggestions. So the team has looked through a lot of them. He even said some of them will be implemented and stuff like that. So very, very exciting. And and he also says that the development of the 8-player mode will start after we release the changes. So they haven't started development on it yet. They're going to release the changes to Ascendant, deal with all that, stop rewards, kick up rewards, and then they're probably going to start working on this. But it's great to see they've talked to Team Liquid, they've talked to the community. I love to see the community is getting involved with helping out with this new game mode. So very awesome.
I'll address something real quick. Don Coupon, do you want to bring up that comment? I'll let you do that. How can I say this? Can we at least get the new arena mode? It is much closer than you think. I'll put it that way.
It's dropping today, folks. You heard it here.
It's already dropped. No.
Could you imagine?
It's much closer than you think. I'll say that.
I get what you're saying, Control. We would be missing important traffic if the market conditions change. I would counter that with an argument. Retail isn't actually here. The market conditions in terms of views is actually identical to 24 months ago.
I'm going to jump in. What we have planned, we're going to be fine. I am very, very certain what we have planned for marketing and everything else that's going on, we are going to be okay. Like, this is the most confident that I have been ever working at Illuvium. Like, going into this open beta, we have major plans, major things happening in terms of, oh no, we're going to miss out on traffic. It's not something that I'm even considering. And again, like I said, I don't know how this is not meant to be a look at macro economy conversation, but do your own research, look at it, come to your own conclusions. But it's not something that I'm necessarily worried about. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. What else? Yeah, look, I'm not going to go more deep into that. But I will say that I have confidence in what is going to be happening, what's going to be coming out very soon. I would urge you guys to if not have confidence, have a little bit of faith.
Have a little faith, please. And here we have announcement to come. He said imminent. They've talked about, I can't remember his name, someone's post. The announcement to come for PB4 very, very soon. They are Nick's really hyping everyone up. Imminent announcements, blah, blah, blah. Very, very exciting.
Oh, it's announced now. No, it's not. I'm taking it.
Oh, my God. You're killing me. The next one is that they actually recently deployed their updated web application. So the entire website has been overhauled already. Oh, crap. It's asking me to change thing. Hold on. There we go. As you can see in the games section on the website, you've got Illuvium Arena, Overworld, Zero, and Illuvium Beyond. And if you click into them, it's really, really great. They've done an awesome job with this new website. Bunch of different stuff. They're doing a lot of different gameplay shots. Yep.
Fun fact about that video, I made that video.
Which one?
Go up. That one.
Nice.
Yeah. That was ages ago. That was Overworld beta.
Was the first one or the second one?
Yeah. First one.
Nice. Damn. Really, really awesome. You click play now. You can jump into the other games. So if we go to Illuvium Arena, it's what it truly means to be an IBG, is that the games are their own separate universes inside Illuvium. Now, they are connected but they do need to be their own entities in terms of marketing and attracting individual audiences, because not everyone's going to love Overworld and Arena. I don't know how big the Venn diagram is for those two things, but they do overlap, and that isn't the same thing as everyone loving both at once. So they definitely need to be separated a little bit. Ascendant, Survival, some really great stuff here. Fantastic website. Okay. Last three things. All right. Nick gave a really big update on the happenings internally at Illuvium. Redesigned the 1v1 game mode. We already knew about that. 8-player game mode similar to TFT. We know about that too. Overworld. Alluvial hunting for initial release of PB4 and open beta. We already knew that, but it's good to see it confirmed here. Action combat planned thereafter. Think dive on a herd of alluvials, cleaving them down with an energy sword and bring your alluvials to battle prior to catching an alluvial with a shard in the overworld. A lot of really key reveals here. Bringing your alluvials into the battle, we can assume in the overworld, because you're using a shard in the overworld. So you're doing everything in the overworld, no more auto battler to come thereafter, which is referring to after open beta, I assume. Very, very exciting. Free to play 0 for open beta and PvP planned after open beta. So we pretty much know all of the features of the open beta now. Oh, there's probably some secret ones that we don't know about, but very cool to see. What do you think about alluvial combat in the overworld?
What do I think about it? It's fun. I mean, I don't know what else I can say. It's good fun. Like, yeah, it's entertaining. I'll just say that. Look, I don't want to say too much more than that, but yeah, it just changes it up completely. It makes it a whole different game.
Do you know why something like that would be coming after open beta? It's early in development, I assume.
There's a lot that needs to be done. In terms of like the nav mesh and making sure things don't clip, and like there's a lot of things that go into getting something like that to where it needs to be. So yes, that's the reason why. But it is fun. I'll say that.
I'm glad to hear it. Okay. So the last two things we've got here are some great tweets from Illuvium and yourself. First up, creator rewards, most engagement. Dollar cost crypto really took a big sweep here. Took first prize for engagement, and he took 5th prize for most views.
Yeah, I'll say this quickly. I'm very happy. If you could go back up a little bit for the most engagement, really happy with the spread of creators for this week or for last. This is last week. But very, very happy with the spread. You see some really, really big creators like you've got your Dollar Cost Crypto, your Joe Parry's, Archer Perez, and then you've got a lot of and then you've got your Jesus or Classy, Crypto Stash, Mr. M Podcast. Like there's a lot of these big creators, Meg, and then you've got the mid-size, you've got yourself, Najif, Illuminator, and then you've got the smaller guys as well. Like that week had a really good spread of creators, which was very, very cool. Very happy to see that.
Oh, for sure. Some really great work from a lot of the creators here. Even Jimbo sneaking in for 20th most views. Love to see that. Artemis cleaning up, doing really well, 12th and 8th, I think it was.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen Artemis on some of the previous ones, so it's great to see her making it in.
She's been smashing out the shorts and stuff and TikToks. She's been killing it.
Loving it. We've got most new users, a lot of names I don't recognize, which is probably what you want, meaning they're getting new people in. And then randomly selected streamers as well. So a really great spread for this week. We love to see it. And lastly, TSG said this. Things are about to get explosive for creators in the Illuvium. Stay tuned for something major coming up. Open beta coming in Q2 and so much more. Like this, retweet, tag your favorite Web3 creator to let them know something big is coming. Very, very exciting. Obviously, I'm looking forward to anything that comes for creators. But as you guys know, in my community and in the broader Illuvium community, that I don't do this for that. I created content for 3 years without pretty much earning any money in ad revenue. If anyone wants to know, it's like in like a good month, it's like 100 a month. But for a lot of the time there, it was like 50 USD a month for like 8-9 videos. So like $1 an hour getting paid or whatever. But yeah.
AdSense,
you get the idea.
AdSense is a tough business to play in. But yeah. Really, really excited for that. I had a chat with Kieran yesterday about a little something. I think might be today. It was yesterday. Yeah, chatted to him yesterday about a little something. Looking forward. There's going to be a lot of opportunities, and I'll say this for all the creators that maybe aren't getting in the rewards or something like that. I'll say don't be discouraged, because the creator rewards program that we're seeing right now is temporary. It's just meant to be a stopgap between where we are now to where we go once open beta starts. Once open beta starts, the opportunities are going to be much bigger, much more consistent based on the quality of creator that you are, the quality of your community. So what I would say is prioritize not let's get rewards. Prioritize on adding value. Look, I mean, I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, but even this this Dunny character that appeared, right? Like it's funny that I'm actually going to talk about it in this way, but it was entertainment. So he came out of nowhere, brought entertainment, and obviously got a lot of laughs from a lot of people, and he should technically have got rewards. So in terms of people saying, oh, it's like I'm a small account, I can't get as much as Scoriox can, you absolutely can. And this guy proved it. If I had countered his content, he would have been on there. I'm pretty sure in terms of, he would have got more engagement than Jimbo. So adding value, whether that's entertainment, whether that's actual education or just whatever it is, information, add value. And I promise you, once we have this new thing, once open beta launches and the new direction that we want to go with creators, the opportunity is going to be there, and it's going to be so insane. Like, I know for a fact that it's going to be absolutely insane. S-Jud, what? Dunny is a Smurf? A Smurf? What? A new? Well, I don't know what you mean. How can that be? I don't know what you mean.
I think he's meaning exactly what you just said. He's an alternate account. That's why he was banned from the Discord.
Yeah, but I mean on Twitter, it was a new account, right?
Yeah.
So he started at 0.
Yeah.
He got a bunch of content. Yeah, but I mean, it's still a nobody that had to get eyes on him. Look, I'm not condoning it. I mean, I love the content, but yes, the idea still stands.
I actually just saw this comment, and I never really thought about this before, but I think this would actually be good. Should we have alluvial battling and the wakes in the overworld and give people the choice on how they want to play? Besides how confusing that would be for the devs to implement, do you think there would be value in that? I know a lot of people actually really liked the auto battle in the overworld.
Not really. I just think make the game. It's how can I think about this? Okay, imagine playing Call of Duty, and then in part of Call of Duty it becomes a Need for Speed game, a racing game. It's just two different genres. Like, it's just someone that plays Call of Duty doesn't want to deal with the racing. Someone that wants to race doesn't want to deal with the Call of Duty FPS side of things. So we need to go in a direction where overworld it's a clear thing. It's exactly what it needs to be, rather than having. But it just does. I don't think it makes sense. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so, but who knows? Let me know in the comments if you guys disagree with me.
I think the biggest issue you do run into is putting people on a different playing field feels a little bit weird, because if one is objectively easier or better in any way, then you risk the integrity of the entire thing. Where, for example, if battling in the overworld makes it a lot harder to capture alluvials, then every single person goes the auto battler route. And now you can't really do the other route because it's harder. You're going to essentially not get as much bang for your buck in terms of the NFTs. Now, they won't matter to everyone, but it's important to keep everyone in kind of like the same zone. And maybe that's more of a question on maybe difficulty settings, making an overworld without the auto battler that is easier to play for some, if some people think that they're going to have a bit of trouble with it. Because I know it's not for everyone. It's a lot more. It sounds a lot more involved, at least.
Yeah. I don't play FPSs, so
XCOM is kind of like Fire Emblem, but
cool.
but a shooter version. Cool. Fire Emblem. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, yeah. But yeah, cool. Okay, no problem.
All right, so we better wrap it up. Is there anything else you want to leave us on, man?
I would say get excited. A lot of things coming very, very soon, or as Nick would say, imminently.
Calm before the storm, I'm telling you guys. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in. We had some great viewers today, had some great chats as well. I know this was a rather short episode, but I'm expecting there's going to be some big stuff next week, supposedly some announcements coming soon. And once that happens, the next episode is really going to kick off. We're heading into Q2 in 2 weeks. That is when all the magic happens. I'm really looking forward to it. Have a good one, guys.